I would say post more of your work out there because I never posted my work. I was part of people that were talking about other designers that were posting in 2022, 2023 that they're jobless because they don't have job. That's why they're posting online. But
Okay.
those guys are making a lot of money right now. They have a lot of fan base and all. But then we were doing the work, we are making some money. But now we don't have like so much community like
Okay.
they do. It's not as if I don't have community. I have a lot of people in my community, but
Have
have
been
been
better.
if I
Started
started
earlier.
then I'll have a lot of people that
Okay.
know me so much and all that. But because then I felt like why are you people posting? If you have full time job, you don't have time to go on socials to post. So yeah, I have good relationship with developers. Even as a designer, you don't need to have so much designer friends because your designer friends will not give you jobs. It's developers that will give you job
That's true.
because they most developers get to clients first before you. As a designer, please avoid agencies with all your might, with everything possible.
As a beginner.
Yes, as a beginner,
Okay.
don't see your first job should never be at an agency. Just try as much as possible to get a startup. It's a startup that has sense, not a startup that wants to use you. A startup that has proper structure. Because if you start wrongly, yeah, that's the impression you have for a long time, and it's going to
Okay.
affect your too. Like it should just be there like PTSD. I did a lot of free works because I started at an agency. And that's one thing I would say, I would reiterate again. Like, if you're a beginner designer, don't start on an agency for any reason. Please run away. But beginner designer, I don't know what you're looking for. So instead of you going for like design, I'm not saying you should not go for design conference as a beginner or whatever. But you don't really need a design conference yet because design conference is made for senior designers, mid-level, and they're like basically the mindset you need to have is that you can do anything. Like there are some projects. I mean, sometimes I have no idea what it is, but I know that if I do my research, if I do everything that I can do, why
Okay.
not? I'll figure it out. Always try as much as possible to put your best foot forward because that first view of you or that first perception of you will determine for a very long time. Because imagine me meeting you for the first time and the first design you gave me is bad. Yeah, I feel it was when I started making money in design. Definitely because I think what even gingered me more to go into design as a career was while I was in year three in school after my IT. I I how do I say it now? I there was a guy in my class then. He when we came back from IT, everybody goes to different places to go do the IT and come back to school. So this guy, his name is Arrow. He came back like with um a laptop and he said he's a logo designer. I'm like, yo, and he charges 5K per logo design. I'm like, bro, that's like my 1 week allowance. This guy's making on one work. I'm like, no, I need to learn this. So when I got back home that week, I told my dad like I need a laptop that I'm starting my project as soon as possible. So I need a laptop to work. So and it wasn't even because of the project I got a laptop. It was because I wanted to learn design. Like the CorelDRAW, the Photoshop, the Illustrator, and the like. So I got the laptop back to school and I installed all of those softwares. Then I started going on YouTube because then we have like free Wi-Fi in school. So I started like learning, learning, learning. Then I got my first client. So the guy it was part of like me just posting that I do design, I do this, I do that. Because then it was like there were not so much people doing design. So then it was graphic design. So that was the only thing that I knew then, 2018, thereabout. So the first person that even got me the job was a friend. So she was like, "Oh, our fiancé then was into like crypto," and they're like, "So he wanted flyers, like 5 different flyers, I'm like 5 different flyers for advertising that he sells and buys crypto and all." So I told him that I can do it. I'm going to charge him 1K for each of them. He was like, "Eh." I said, "Okay, no, I should send me the copies that I'm going to work on them." So I did one flyer for 1,000 naira. So at the end of the day, he paid me 5K at the end of that week. So when I got my first paycheck, I was like, bruh, 5K, I could make 5K from here. So man, why not? So that was basically when I felt like I could actually get something from here. So from there I started like, okay, let's do this, let's do that. Then also the other time that I now fully confirmed that I could make it a career was when I started product design and I got my first job. So yeah, it was more than every other certificate job that you could get at that time. So I felt like, yo, why not? Let's do this. Yep,
Oh, that's interesting. So
actually.
someone here is asking, her name is Tiarua. She's asking if you had a mentor at the time, maybe somebody that is putting you through, or you're looking up to the person, or were you just figuring it out yourself? Like, is it a one man thing?
Actually, when I started design, I had like different mentors. I started from graphic design. I like had this guy first, Boam Ingenuity. Shout out to you. So he taught me graphic design first. That was the first guy. So I interned with him for like a while. Then when I switched into product design, I had this my guy. His name is Lekon. Shout out to him too. He kind of like put me through into design. Then I was also bootstrapping with YouTube. There was this guy I was watching then during the lockdown. His name is Building Amazing Things on YouTube. I'm not sure he's still using that account, but it was that guy then for me. So I was doing like a lot of stuff that were amazing. So yeah, I had some people that were like mentors, and I had like times where I had to like bootstrap by myself and just do stints, learn personally and grow personally. Yeah.
Like you can actually do something when you put your mind to it. Because who would have thought? Somebody is asking that, okay, how did you get your first design job? Though you mentioned it, but the question is not a direct question. But right now, this person is asking directly that, how did you get your first design job?
Yes. So it's funny actually because how I got my first design job was like different ways. When I mean design job, I mean product design because I've gotten a lot of graphic design job in the back. But product design career started properly in 2021. So I got my first design job during my internship because I also went to a boot camp at Plural Code Academy at Ikeja. But the reason why I went to Plural Code wasn't because I wanted to learn. It was because I wanted to be in the industry somehow. I wanted to meet with people. I wanted to meet with more designers. I wanted to see startup founders. I wanted to meet different people so that I don't just box myself inside the house and all. So that was the reason why I went to Plural Code. So I went to Plural Code for that. Then I was like the best student at the end of the boot camp.
Okay.
So I was offered an internship for 4 months. So in between, during my internship, I was working for them and all. Then I started applying on LinkedIn to different jobs. So I eventually got this job somehow because I applied with some of the work that I've done and all.
Yeah.
Then this guy, I just saw the advert randomly that day, and they said, we're looking for product designer in Abeokuta. And then I'm like, I don't even care. I want to work. So I applied, and they sent me an interview link. So the first interview link they sent was an assessment to do. So it was about like a what do you call it now? A space application where people book to travel to space. Do you
Okay.
understand? So they travel to space, and also I was supposed to design the mobile version of it, and to also design the admin that manages that stuff. But then I was just a
Okay.
beginner, I was just an intern, so I didn't really know so much. But then I had like the help of some of my guys, like the mentor guys and all that. So it was shout out to Lekon again because I was stopping him up and down. Like, guy, I have this interview, I have this thing that I need to do. And it was like, okay, no, let's look at it together. So I just did the interview feeling like, okay, let me just do something. So I did it. So I passed the first stage. I was called to like
Okay.
explain my assessment, do all these things. So I did. So I passed the first stage of the interview. So the next one was to talk about what you do, the normal principles of design. What is UI? What is UX? How do you solve problem better for the users and all those things? Then I think then one question that they asked me that day that busted my head was they told me that am I using my laptop to do the meeting? I said yes. So they were like, what am I working on currently? And then I was working on one very fine landing page, personal work. So I just shared my screen and they were like, wow, this is really nice. So after 3 months, they didn't reach out back to me. I was
Wow.
like,
Why?
what's going on? So I went on LinkedIn, I called some of the guys that I knew that did the interview for me that were working there. and they were designers. So I was like, yo, this guy was good. What's going on? These guys have not reached out to me. They were like, that they're gonna reach out to me, that I should not worry and all. So unfortunately, on a Friday like that, they just reached out to me like, yo, are you available? We really need a designer right now.
So they had you in mind.
No, it was more like what they wanted to do then didn't come true. So
Okay.
it now later came. So they now want to quickly hire somebody. And then the job was on the island because my mind then was I applied to Abeokuta. Why are you telling me to come to the island to come and work? So at some point I had to keep them on hold to say, you know what, hold on. But I was still bargaining. And then as of 2021, the salary they were offering me then was 180K as a product designer.
2021.
As a junior product designer, yes.
Wow.
Then I bargained to like 200K. And the guy was like, yes, he's going to give me 200K that I should not worry. That's going to talk to the HR. They're going to give me 200K that they need me like now.
No.
Like, can
Okay.
I resume on Monday? I'm like, okay, just hold on. So that same Friday, there's my brother's office. I usually go and wait for my brother after my job at the end of the day. When I was interning or where I was interning, I would pass there and go to my brother's office to go and wait for him. So my brother was also working like at their company and all. So then the guy that was my mentor, or that was like the guy that was teaching me then, his name is Lekon. So he was working there too, and he told me that he was leaving and stuff like that. So I was just shadowing. I was using scope to shadow, like just in case he leaves, I would be able to come in.
Come on.
So when he left, I got to the office that day, and they were like, "Oh, that the guy has left. Though that I'm also a designer now. That I should meet their boss. That they really need a designer right now." I'm like, "Okay." So, but then I was scared. I was like, "Ah, am I able to wear this guy's shoe?" Because he was like a senior person to me then in design space. He's been working over like 2, 3 years before I started, so it's definitely better than me. But I was still like, okay, let's go. So then I met the boss. I did the interview that same evening, and what he asked me was, he said, "What am I working on currently?" And then in my internship, we're working for Mega Chicken. We're designing a
Okay.
mobile app for Mega Chicken, and I showed him. I was like, "Yeah, this is the project I'm working on right now." And there was this particular design I was doing then, swipe to delete prototype. So he was like, "Have you finished it?" I should show him the prototype. I was like, "I'm not done, but I can do it now." So I did it in his face, and I showed him how it worked, and was like, "Wow, this is nice." So he said he was going to get back to me. So like the next day too, on that same Friday was when he got back to me.
Okay.
So and I had like two offers at the same time. I didn't know what to do, but those guys' money, the one at the island on the island was like a lot more. I think 50K extra than what he was offering because he was at Ogba. So I was like, okay, if I go to the island, extra money at the end of the month, the 50K will still go off. So it doesn't make any sense. Let me just stay at Ogba. So that was how I got my first job. True, it wasn't like true. It was true referral stroke, luck stroke, a lot of things. Then the other one that I got was true application. So it was like 2 ways basically.
That's nice. So
Yep.
when you got your first job, how did you feel? Were you scared that you could mess up, or
A whole lot of things happened, yo. Actually, that one that you're saying actually
I
right
need to
now.
hear? I need to hear
A
what
whole lot of
happened.
things happened when I got my first job because I when I got my first job, it was at an agency, and that's one thing that I always advise designers not to get into. If you're starting your life as a designer, don't ever, no matter how much they're trying to pay you at an agency, don't ever start there. And the only reason you can start as an agency is because maybe you have like multiple designers on the team. But
Okay.
if you don't have multiple designers on that team, on that agency team, please run away, like run away. The reason is this: when I eventually accepted the offer for the one that was at Ogba, which was at the agency. Both of them are actually agencies, but one
Okay.
was paying more than one, and the other one had more designers. The one at the island, they had more designers, but this other one had just one designer.
Okay.
And you know the way agency is, like they have multiple clients across board. So they're like working with this client A, client B, client C, client D at the same time. And you're using just one person to design. Just one person will join different calls every day. And they're paying you just more money for all the jobs that you're doing. So it's really crazy, right? So when I started this, so let me go back to when I got the first job.
Yeah.
I was confused actually. I'm not gonna lie because I was supposed to pick between two offers.
Okay.
So I later settled for the lower one because of when I thought about the entire journey. If I go to Ireland, I will still spend that 50K on it. So why am I stressing myself? Let me just stay back at Ogba, then I can still have my mental health stable and still live my life properly. So that was what I did. Then I gave them a 2 weeks notice that okay, during my as my internship offers, I'll need 2 weeks to like just relax before I join you guys. But not knowing to me, this guy was planning for me to be working from home from that 2 weeks notice.
Well.
So within that period, the boss reached out to me that oh, there's this client that's on their neck that they need me to like quickly start working on something because I will not be coming to the office, but I can be working at home. I said okay, no, so I started, but something came up. The
I would
PRD they
want to
sent to
know.
me, the PRD they sent to me was supposed to be a what they call it now. Was supposed to be for a web application. But then, I was just starting. I just left my internship job and my internship role. So I didn't really know so much. So then I know everybody had their like humble beginnings and all that. I didn't really know so much. So then I used to think that anyway the right app is mobile app. I didn't know there was something
Okay.
called a web application.
Okay.
So they sent me the PRD and I started working on the designs. What I was doing was fitting what was going on, but it was not supposed to be a mobile app. It was supposed to be a web application. So on a Monday, the boss reached out to me like, Alpha, how far have you gone and all that? The client wants to say something. I said, okay, that I've gone past this place, this place. So I sent it to him. It was a mobile app. This guy just reached out to me like, yo, I said this thing is not supposed to be a mobile app, now it's a web app, da 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 da
The
and all
struggle.
that. So then I started feeling scared. I was like, this job that I just got,
It's a
say
new
now the
job.
complaint where this guy would talk with this.
Yeah.
So I was confused. I was like, God, I beg, have I not chosen the wrong company like this? And also, it was really, really, really somehow for me. For that day, I was sad. I was just weak. So I quickly texted him back, like, I'm going to turn it to a web application that you should not worry. I'll just turn it to web and send it back to him. Unfortunately, I should have just calmed down and do the right thing. I just quickly did something on the web, enlarged the screen to be web view and all that. At the end of the day, I did rubbish and I sent it to him. Then he now brought his co-founder. They were now chatting. He sent me the screenshot of the chat. It was like, and the co-founder was a lady. So the co-founder said, I'm not sure this guy will take us to promised land though. Ah, ori mi koko gbona.
Ah, the
My
struggle.
head was like, bruh, job what I just see. Like I should have just stayed in my internship place. Shey, you know, pay me. But I was still, but the only thing I noticed that they did was they didn't just let me go like that because some other companies would have just said, since we've not given you proper contract,
Yeah.
you might as well just leave. We just hire someone else. But they gave me the time to redeem myself. So that I told them that I'm going to get back to them in 1 week. So because I've not really started. So I said I
Okay.
was going to work on it and send something back to them. So that week I went back, I called my mentor guy, like, yo, Lekon, what's good? I need your help. Come on, me look at this is what this guy said. So it was like it's not hard now that I should just do it this way, that I should try to make it look like that. So
Okay.
then I went back, did my research, I came up with something and it was good. I sent it to him to check before I sent it to the guy. So they now created a group chat for us where the lady was there, the guy was there, everybody were there. Everybody in the office were there. So I now sent like a link to the guy. Then he was like, okay, nah, this is nice. That he be like say that they write us for my stomach. Because after I did everything, I was scared to send it to him. But when I eventually now sent it, he was like, this is better that where did I keep this one before? Before I now sent them the mobile app and the nonsense view that I sent them before. Then he was supposed to get approval from his co-founder, which is a lady. So
Okay.
he now sent it to that lady. The lady was like, wow, that why was I now designing this before that? I'm very good now. That why was I doing what I was doing before? That she was really thinking in her head that maybe I'm not good and all that. But it's what she saw now that I'm very good. I'm all that. I'm like, bruh. So you people, this is where you people are. So if I continue giving rubbish designs, I'll just
Yeah.
be like that, and I'll just be rethinking my decision as being a designer.
Mm.
But they gave me some time to like work on myself, and just go back and settle down, think about it properly, get the right people to pull me through and all that. So that was like the part when I got my first job, what I felt
Wow.
it was crazy.
That means as a designer, you have plenty of chances to go back and learn and
You don't
unlearn.
really have so much time to go back, and because there are some teams that you join and there's no second chance for you. If you mess up, they're letting you go. You lose
Oh,
your job straight up.
okay.
You don't even have any time to miss, because what if the client has a deadline and they need that work to get started at that point, and you now come and give them rubbish work?
Okay.
They might as well just say, this guy cannot work with us, please just let him go.
That means
And there are
you.
some teams that will literally like allow you to over and over put you through, please let you see what it is and all that. Yeah, basically.
Okay. Okay. So there's another question here, and this person is saying, do you have any tool? Like, were you working with any tool, or do you even have what it takes to design, like a proper laptop or a phone? I'm also curious because as a beginner, some people might start from like,
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I get you, because when I started, I had this laptop. It was a Japanese laptop. His
okay,
name is called Fujitsu. They can go check it out. That laptop shouts. It makes crazy noise. I started with a laptop because you can't do product design with your phone. There's no way you
okay,
can't do product design with your phone. So maybe people that do graphic design can use their phone. Maybe those people that work on Pixel Lab, Canva, and the likes. But I was doing product design. You can't load Figma on you. You can load Figma app on your phone, but you can't load Figma web and design on your phone. It's not possible.
okay,
But then I had the laptop, but the laptop was not like the best. It was just a Japanese laptop that if anything happens to it today, it's not fixable. When the keyboard spots, I was not able to fix it again because there was no spare parts for it.
okay,
And then the fan was bad too. Like anytime I go to the when I was interning, if I open my laptop in a meeting like this, everybody just be laughing at me. Cause the fan was it used to sound like generator, when
wow,
something when you press on like this and it starts like oh my god. Then but I knew that I was definitely gonna get something better over time. But you know, that's just what it is. So that was how I started. I started with that particular laptop. So that was the
okay,
laptop I was using since I started when I was in school. So like when I started till I was able to afford a MacBook.
okay. That means for any product designer, you need to get a laptop.
Obviously, you need a laptop. You can't. There's nothing else. You need to get a laptop, and if you want to now do some fancy processes, maybe you don't want to be on your laptop. You can get an iPad, and that's not because you want to do major work, or maybe you just want to be freestyling and showing people that oh you are on this level.
Okay.
But you still need a laptop literally to work as a product designer.
All right, that's that. So the other question that I'm seeing here is, what tools, like, did you ever do any free job, like any free work to build your portfolio,
Yo,
and what's your honest take on that
yeah, I did.
now?
I did a lot of free works because I started at an agency, and
Okay.
that's one thing I would say. I would reiterate again. Like, if you are a beginner designer, don't start at an agency for any reason. Please run away. Why? Because if you're working at an agency, some of your products will not even get built in 2, 3, 4 years. Because there are some clients that are not serious with their job. They will say, "Oh, I have this idea. I want to build this startup. Oh yeah, you people should help me design." And they will have like decision issues, all these things. So sometimes your product will not even get. See, there's this project that I did since 2022 for FCMB.
Okay.
Till now, they've not launched that application. Imagine I was still in the agency. What do I have to put in my portfolio? Nothing. I designed this
Nothing
app
to.
since 2022. Imagine the evolution of designs that have come since then. Now, it's that same design that I did in 2022. Look at the level that I am right now, 2025. Almost 3 years, more than 3 years, or four, self. Now, imagine what I did in 2022. I should now start seeing it in 2025.
Five. Yeah.
And they've not still launched till now. So, staying in the agency will give you a problem because you now have so much work to put in your portfolio. So, now, back to your question, which is, did I do free work? So, I did a lot of free works because of that.
Okay.
And when I say free work, maybe not so much free work, but I collected less pay to do some jobs so that I can put in my portfolio. So I just put the work together so that I can have something in my portfolio. It's not as if I didn't have projects to put, but those projects were not live. And then when we're doing interview 2022, 2023, it was always like they will ask you how many of your projects has gone live on Play Store? How many of your
Mm,
projects is live for people to that people are using currently?
using.
So that they can know whether you're a designer that your product gets out there or you're just a designer that you just do templates and people just abandon your work at the end of the day.
Okay.
So they want to be able to see if your work is usable, if people are downloading the app, how many traction is your app getting, and stuff like that. So that's just, so I did a lot of free work so that I could get some work in my portfolio. Yep.
All right. That's fine.
But I would not advise guys now to do that, to do free work because
Why?
time is money. Right now, anybody that is not paying you for any job, the person is wicked.
Okay.
Because if you put time and effort into anything, they should pay you regardless. So yeah.
All right. So the next question from Oluwaseun and is asking, what was the biggest lesson that your first job taught you? Something about maybe your clients, deadlines, or
Yeah, so
expectations.
yeah, so like I said, I think I already said that before now, which is the job that I got and I designed the wrong interface, which is the mobile instead of designing a
The
web.
web, yeah.
So what it taught me is that always try as much as possible to put your best foot forward.
Okay.
Right. Try as much as possible to put your best foot forward because that first view of you or that first perception of you will determine for a very long time. Because imagine me meeting you for the first time and the first design you gave me is bad. That's what I'll be looking. See, if you like, go and learn how to design again. The first thing that will first come to my head, like, that guy knows Abby. Do you understand? So that's just me. So always try to put your best foot. Me, it was easy for me to quickly redeem myself because I was able to figure it out somehow. So it helped me, and the lady co-signed me almost immediately. She was like, "Oh, this guy is good." So
Okay.
before it escalated, that I've done rubbish before. People didn't know it was just between us, the co-founder, the founder, and me. So when I now did the right thing, she now announced that, "Oh, we started working on this project. Everybody's come and see this guy is very good." But if she had told everybody that, "Oh, this guy is not good," at first, people will have that same perception of, "Oh, this guy is not good." But
Okay.
because of she co-signed me and I was good also, it really helped me try because everybody that I've worked with in this life always recommend me because I do good works.
Okay.
I try as much as possible with the help of God to do good works. So that's always try to put your best foot forward as a designer. And again, always believe in yourself also. Because if they beat your ego down, you can as well just change your career. Because
Yeah.
if they fuck with your head, you work in a very toxic environment, it's going to mess up with your entire design career and you will just be messed up. You like your creativity and everything will just be zero because you just be believing that you're not good enough. So yeah, that.
I think that's about that. So the next question is, at what point did you actually feel like now I am a real designer? Because yeah.
Yeah, like I started being a real designer when I got my first job because I feel like the fact that I was able to get two offers, it means I'm good. I had my portfolio then on Behance, and
That's fast.
for people to be able to say, "Let's hire you," I'm good now. So that's why I feel like I'm a real designer because
No, there are many times that people feel like, let me just try this job and I'll see maybe from their review after the
that's
job,
that's
I'll
not
know
tech.
if
If
I'm
it's
real.
tech, people don't hire mediocres. I don't know about like some companies, but if you are like a proper company that knows what you're doing,
Yeah.
you would know. And for people to hire me then, it means I was good. Because I'm sure it's not just me that applied.
Okay.
So multiple people apply for a job. And for me to, at the end of the day, get called back for proper contract and all that, why not? I'm good now. I'm a real designer. So,
Okay. I think that answers the question.
yeah.
So the next question now is, how did that first paycheck from design, how did it make you feel? Did
It
you
didn't really make me feel so much because my first job wasn't paying me so much. So, but because during my internship, I was earning like 75K thereabout because I was teaching and I was normally, let me even tell you this story. So when I was interning, I was everybody there were interns in the company, so we're collecting 25K each. But me, I told the founder that yo, I'm coming from a very far place, so you can't compare me with these guys. So you need to increase my maybe add like extra 10K for me or something. So he added extra 10K for me. So I was getting 35K. But then I was like, okay, I can teach now. I can teach other designers.
Okay.
So then they now assigned me to somebody to teach. So at the end of the every month I earn extra 40K. So
Okay.
that was how I was earning 75K as an intern. Not that
Wow.
oh the company was paying me 75K in 2021 as an intern. No, I worked my way around it to be able to earn so much as of
Okay.
2021. So then like when I now moved into the first was like 150K thereabout. So when I went in, it wasn't so much of a difference
Okay.
because it was maybe double, but it wasn't so much of a difference like that. I didn't really feel like oh, but maybe I felt like oh, I'm already earning 100 and something K, at least they call it six figure. Then so
Yeah.
if like 650 is 100K, six figure. Do you get me? But I didn't really feel like oh, I've arrived and all. I still kept applying. So yeah.
Okay. That's for financially.
hmm
It didn't feel like okay, the money was enough.
I didn't feel like it was. I wasn't complacent. I was not like oh, I've arrived at 150K and I'm earning so much money. No, I just felt like okay, I have a job, I have a steady income. I just have to show up every day. So yeah, but I was still applying to other jobs.
How about emotionally? You didn't think that maybe there's a change?
Emotional, yeah, maybe unlike before that I was an intern, maybe like because then when I was interning, maybe my dad was not like fully in support because he wanted me to work
Yeah.
in the
Okay.
lab and all that.
Like every other parent.
Because yeah, he wanted me to get like a proper because I studied biochemistry, so and I did my NYSC at a pharmaceutical company. So I was supposed to go back there and resume, but I didn't resume. So
Okay.
most times, when you go into tech, is either you're a rebel or you just decide to find a better way for yourself. Because they always tell you that oh, maybe get this government job or get this bank job or something. But then I didn't go for that job. I decided to go in tech. And it wasn't because I was already earning so much money in tech. I was not earning so much
Okay.
money in tech because I was just an intern. But I
Yeah.
believe that there's something in the future for me. So I just kept putting the energy and that was it. So when I started earning that, I felt like yeah, there's definitely so much more because this is just the starting point. So why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
So now we've heard about all your highs. Let's talk about your lows.
Okay.
So someone is asking this question that what's your biggest struggle as a designer so far?
Ah, I don't know. This is tricky, but yeah, like there's a lot actually. Um, I feel like one of the struggles is burnout. Like sometimes you bite more than you can chew, and you have like a lot of projects on ground, and you start burning out as a designer because you have like creative block. That's what they call it. Say
Okay.
design burnout. You have like creative block. You are not able to like properly. I don't want to say properly design now, but you're not able to properly be at your best comfortably.
Okay.
But if you're working on just one project, it's different to say, oh, you're working on multiple projects at the same time, and you just get to you do this, you do this, you do this, you do this. You not do it so efficiently and all that. So sometimes it happens when you like being overbooked and all. Then that's one of the major struggles,
Okay.
right? And is I think I've been finding a way to like figure that out, which is kind of like trying to expand and all
Okay.
and I have like a lot of teammates to work with me, But yeah, that's one major struggle. Then the other one is I don't know. I don't think I've maybe clients that don't really know what they want.
The
So
ones.
yeah, that one's
Okay.
another struggle too, because when you get to meet client that knows what they want, your life become easier. But when you meet clients that don't know what they want, it might be like a very, very serious thing for you. Yeah. So yeah, that's been then maybe clients that want to like choke you the deadlines like "Oh, we need to run this in like 2 weeks, we need to run this in like 3 days, and at the end of the day you realize that even when you finish after 3 weeks they will not implement that design until like 3 months later, and you now be like why did you rush me in 3 weeks? So that is another thing entirely that's is a struggle, but I've been finding a way to like adjust it because client is client, you just need to work around how you manage them and also yeah.
Yeah. So we've had the lows. The next question here is have you have you ever felt like quitting? What kept you going?
Yeah, but quit, but I cannot quit now. Within my family good job. So you can't quit. I chose this path, so I just have to like keep at it. Sometimes it feels like, oh man, let me just run away and just go and hide somewhere. Let this time just pass. But everything is just matter of time. You just give it time. You get better. Like somebody that's crying today now. Tomorrow, just give it time. They will stop crying. You get me? Like I never I it has never come to my mind before saying I want to quit. Lie. I might I would never quit design. I always want to be in design. I always want to solve problems for people. I always want to just be part of like building solutions and stuff.
Okay.
So I would not stop designing, or I might stop designing, but I will still be part of the design team as much as it is. Maybe from being a design lead right now to like head of design to like a VP product, head of product, all this kind of thing. But I will still be in the loop of design regardless. I can't quit designing.
Wow, that's interesting.
Never.
Okay, so the next question is, what is that one mistake you made early in your career that you want to warn beginners and other people watching us
Yeah, so just like I said
about?
before,
Yeah.
as a beginner designer, please avoid agencies with all your might, with everything possible.
As a beginner.
Yes, as a beginner,
Okay.
don't see your first job should never be at an agency. Just try as much as possible to get a startup. It's a startup that has sense, not a startup that wants to use you. A startup that has proper structure. Because if you start wrongly, yeah, that's the impression you have for a long time, and it's going to
Okay.
affect your trajectory, like your process. It's going to affect you totally. It's going to like it should just be there like PTSD. You just have that PTSD, like this company that I work for, please, I don't want to be there again. Because agencies don't really care about your time. They call you on Sunday, they call you on Monday because it's whatever the client wants, that's what they would act on. Because the client that is
Okay.
paying you guys, it's not them paying you. It's not as if they have a roadmap to build a product. If you're in a startup now, there's a roadmap at the beginning of the year, like, oh, let's build this, let's build that, let's do this, let's do that. But as an agency, it's the
Okay.
customer, it's the client that is saying them like, yo, this is what we need to do. Please, we need this to be able to collect or to be able to collect funding, collect this for the guys that would invest in us and all that. So if your founder hears that one, he will run and come and meet you as a designer. Please, we need to speed up this thing. This thing needs to be ready tomorrow. If you like, be at the party. You come back home and come and fix it. You join the
Wow.
meeting with the client because the client requests a call that day. You have to be there only if you want to lose your job. Imagine you starting like that as a beginner. You just be messed up all your life, and it's going to take you a long time to get out of there because you now have time to build your portfolio. You now have time for yourself. Your project will not get built really like that, and you now at the end of the day, you now have anything in your portfolio. That's my problem. So you will do so much work without having so much work in your portfolio, and that's a very big problem.
Without having anything to show
So
for it.
starting as an agency is wrong. Please avoid it with all your might. I know there are some startup out there too that are very bad, but always do your due diligence and just make sure that you get a proper startup that has a proper roadmap, and you know that the company is not toxic,
Okay.
where you can start your career gradually, and you will know that if you're in a startup that's good, they hire more people, like more designers, two, three designers, so you guys can work together and you can build from there as a beginner, rather than just you being a beginner and you're just putting in the pool and you're just there doing your stuff. You will not be able to learn. So yeah.
Okay, that's that. So for someone starting right now, that's just starting as a beginner,
Yep.
what's your best advice as someone that's been into this for years?
Yes. So when I just starting, all I would just say is when I started, I didn't really post so much of my work. I didn't post so much of my work because the time that I started was 2021, 2020. So social media was not really that thing then. So posting your work on socials wasn't that thing. But now people making a lot of money on Twitter, on X rather, or
Okay.
still called Twitter. People make a lot of money on Instagram, LinkedIn, especially. So me, I'm just trying to get back into the space of like posting my work online and all. But regardless, that's what I would tell a lot of people to do when they start, which is post your work, even if it's rubbish that you're doing. People criticize you. That's how you get known and all that. So just put yourself out there, regardless. Just tell your story, put it out there, and you see people start reaching out to you. So that's really for me. And again, one other thing I would say is have good relationship with developers. Even as a designer, you don't need to have so much designer friends because your designer friends will not give you jobs. It's developers that will give you job
That's true.
because most developers get to clients first before you. Because it's like if a founder comes now, it's like, oh, I have this developer. Okay, do you have a designer? And it's going to recommend you as a designer.
Yeah.
So instead of you going for like design, I'm not saying you should not go for design conference as a beginner or whatever, but you don't really need a design conference yet because design conference is made for senior designers, mid level, and the likes. But beginner designer, I don't know what you're looking for at a design conference. Try as much as possible, attend Dev Fest, the entire Google Dev Fest, meet a lot of developers and post your work, show them what you can do. Some of them will recommend you. Even if it's their own startup, they'll put you in and you get project, you start working and start making money, basically.
So another question here is, what's one mindset every beginner designer needs to succeed? That one mindset that they need to have at the back of their mind.
Yeah, basically the mindset you need to have is that you can do anything. Like there are some projects, I mean, sometimes I have no idea what it is. But I know that if I do my research, if I do everything that I can do, why
Okay.
not? I'll figure it out and I'll do it. And if I feel like, oh, it's still tough, I'll meet my brother. My brother is a senior developer. I will use his developer sense. Is this thing achievable? How do you think we should do it? Or I'll meet my designer's friend, like some of my guys that have maybe done
Okay.
something like that before. Yo, have you done something like this? It was like, oh, yeah, I think so. You'll be amazed about things that people have done that they didn't tell you before. So why not?
Okay.
Just have that mindset of I can solve a problem. I can solve it. Don't worry. I'll always figure it out.
Figure it out.
So you do it, and I think you'll be good. And also, don't beat yourself down when people say that oh your design is not good enough. Always just have it at the back of your mind that you are good enough. Because if you start telling yourself that you're not good enough, that's where the problem starts. Because you start second guessing your designs, and that will be a lot of problem for you. You'll not be confident. You'll not be able to say your values. You'll not be able to do a lot of things, and that can really affect your creativity so much. So yeah.
Okay. So finally, what would you say to Kent the designer who was just starting years ago?
Yeah, basically, I would say post more of your work out there because I never posted my work. I was part of people that were talking about other designers that were posting in 2022, 2023 that they're jobless. It's because they don't have job. That's why they're posting online. But
Okay.
those guys are making a lot of money right now. They have a lot of fan base and all. But then we were doing the work. We're making some money. But now we don't have like so much, I don't want to say it, so much community like they
Okay.
do. It's not as if I don't have community. I have a lot of people in my community, but I like it's not like it should
Would have
have
been
been if I
better
started then. If
started
I started
earlier.
then, I'll have a lot of people that
Okay.
know me so much and all that. But because then I felt like why are you people posting? If you have full time job, you don't have time to go on socials to come post. So yeah, I will post more of my work basically. I think that's one thing I would do differently. But apart from that, I think I'm good. All right, guys. So that will be the end of this question and answer session. And I know definitely you have learned one or two things as a beginner designer inside of this video. And also, I'd like you to like, share, comment. And if you also have more questions, you can drop them in the comment section. And I'll definitely find some other time to answer those questions again. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye for now.